Hi, it's Anne. Thanks for stopping by. I have two sweet little projects that I'm going to do with you today, and both of them you can make from 6-inch squares of paper. I have cut some that we can choose from. Some of them are 6-inch collections or pads. Some of them I have cut to be 6 inches or maybe just a little bit smaller, depending on what I had available. One that's a little bit bigger. But the important thing is that they're squares. And I just got really excited when I saw both of these. So I think we're going to have time to do both of them. I want to give credit to the original designers. This pocket is from, this triple pocket is from Pink Monarch Prints. I have it written down here. Yes, Pink Monarch Prints, and uses a 6-inch square. If you have thinner paper, you might want to reinforce a little bit along those edges, but we're going to talk about how to do this. I made this one out of a Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper, and I haven't quite finished decorating it, but we're going to do that with the one that we make together. I thought it was adorable, and one that could just be used in almost any type of journal. Super versatile. And then this little folded heart pocket is from Kathy at Raven Vintage, and we're going to get to both of them. I think they're super fun, but I love the fact that you can just pull out those stacks of 6-inch paper, or easily cut some if you wish to, and have both of these cute little pieces of ephemera. This folded heart, Kathy had it sort of opening up to use some of the inside things. I think my preference would probably be to glue it down and then leave these parts open just to tuck like a ticket or something in it. But I think they're super cute. So if you're making anything special for Valentine's Day, this might be something you might want to keep in mind. Should we do the pocket first? Let's do the pocket first. I will set this aside and I'll show you how simple this folding is. I think I'm going to use, I kind of like working with this olive green. So this is some of the Stampin' Up! Paper again, but here, and it is double-sided paper because you are going to have both sides of your paper showing on this. So just keep that in mind as you choose your paper. I'm going to fold this like this. So not all the way in half. I'm going to leave about this much of a gap. There we go. And let's see which way. I think I'm going to do this one folded. So the opening is this way. Although I had this one going this way, so maybe I'll do it the other way. I will put this is going to be our side that's facing us. I'm putting that down. And I'm going to fold it again. Not edge to edge, but just a little bit shy of that edge, because that's going to be our gap where our pocket is. That is all the folding. That's all there is. If you look at that and you think, oh, gee, I think I'd like to, go the other way around, you can do that as well. But this is the way I think I'm going to keep it looking this way. I'm going to be doing a little bit of decorating here. Then you just take your scissors and snip off where this fold is here, straight up, and where this folds over here, straight across. That's the folding. That's all there is there. I think this is so cute. I'm going to straighten up my trim there because I got that a little bit off. I'm going to ink the edges. And what I thought was so cute about this, and I will have the link certainly to Pink Monarch Prints and the project that that talented designer did there. One thing I thought she did that was so adorable was the little bit of embellishment that was off the side. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to first, however, glue this down. I suppose if you wanted to make it just a double, a double one, you could kind of make it around the corner like that. That would be cute. That would be cute. I tend not to use that design very often though, because some of the paper I use for my signatures is sometimes a little bit flimsy. So I don't like to put a whole lot of weight on my edges. But if I chose my, my signature pages differently, I could do so. I believe that she had kind of a whale tail label punch. I don't have any whale tails. I have a little paper punch here that I can fold in half, and that would be a nice little piece to put on the side. That's what I did in my little prototype. Oh, now that I've determined that I don't want to go over the page edge, this is the only gluing I'm going to do here. It's just along one side here. And there we go. This is kind of standard, but I think what makes it really special is this little dangly off the side. And so because I want to have that be nice and sturdy, it's kind of not wanting to fold in half too much there, but I can muscle that into agreeing with me. Use some kind of old paper here, and it's just a little bit crackly. So this is going to become a little tab pull. I often use this technique on tops of my tags as well. And we're just going to use to glue that here. But let's do our decorating first. I'm going to punch a little hole here and get that as much in the middle as I can. And I am going to put an eyelet in there, if I can find my eyelets. I'm just going to use whichever one happens to come out first. And it's the gold one. These eyelets are from We Are Memory Keepers, the same as the Crop-A-Dile is. I think that's a We Are product. Crop-A-Dile Big Bite? I don't know. That might be its own brand. I should know. I use this thing all the time. But most of us are familiar with our various tools. But yeah, that is in fact called a Crop-A-Dile. Not crocodile, but crop with a P, a dial. And if you do an online search with that, you will find it. There we go. So this is going to add just a little bit of width to this pocket, but because it's not a large pocket, you can tell it's going to fit very easily on our standard 5.5 by 8.5 page. Let's do just a little bit of decorating there, and then maybe we'll figure out something to dangle. I found this literally on the floor of my craft room earlier. I brushed it off and thought it might work here. So I'll put a little bit of lace there. I think that might be okay. And do I want a piece? Maybe I don't want the lace. Maybe I just want that little piece of music paper. Put that down, and I found a couple of labels. We'll see, this one is black, but I can relieve the severity of that with some of the things that I put on top of it. And I'm going to be able to cut part of it off that if I feel like it sticks into the pocket area too much. Yeah, please go over, if you're not yet familiar with Pink Monarch prints. I'm really impressed with the things that she does, and she does have her own digitals, but she's really good about saying use what you have. She doesn't do a tough sales job on her own products, and I do appreciate that. I will point out again, I don't use a ton of digitals, but these particular labels are from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. She puts very, very lovely digital packages together as well. So we're lucky that we have lots of choices in our junk journal community. There we go. I think I would like to kind of mark where this hangover is, and end up with this little cluster being flush with the edge of this pocket. Yes, I am happy with that. This, of course, can be decorated any way you fancy. Just those three things layered up, I think, are going to be fine. And I watch so much, I mentioned Tina earlier, I watch so much of hers, and she puts, little bits of lace on almost everything she does, which tends to just look fabulous with her stuff. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't. It's just it's all in what we feel comfortable with. And I love that about our community, that there's so many different ways that we can pull things together in ways we feel comfortable in decorating, and they all end up looking different. They all have our own style. I have a little bulb pin here with 3 black beads on it, and we'll just plunk that in there. Yep, and that's not great. I'm going to put a jump ring in here. I'm not a jewelry maker, and so every once in a while I did get a little collection of jump rings online, and I use them frequently. But I tend to forget that something about the way things dangle, if they have the flexibility and movement that they can get from a jump ring, then that is something that really helps them sort of hang free. And I would probably understand that more if I were actually a jewelry maker, but I'm probably not going to be one. But I like having a little bit of bling and a little bit of hardware hanging from my stuff from time to time. There we go. There is this cute little pocket. I want to make another one with thinner paper so that you can kind of get an idea for a way to make that strong. What do I have here? Here's a piece of map. That might do. And come through and again fold this almost to the edge, and almost to the edge here. And I'm going to ink this up. Now this paper is thin. Oh, I should have shown you. Okay, so this is how this is a triple pocket. Here's our whole little piece. And if we glue it down just along this side and this side, onto our signature page. We have room to put a tag in here, and in here. So it is indeed a triple pocket. But keep in mind that putting things into that pocket puts some stress along that the edge of that paper. So if you're using thinner paper, and I think using map paper is always a good idea, trim this off. This is going to be a super cute pocket to put in a junk journal. But if we wanted to have a little more confidence that we're not going to have instant tearing along these, because this is just single thickness of paper, let's go back and reinforce with a little bit of washi tape the backs of these three edges. Now, when you unfold it, it can be like, oh, you know, it's a little confusing. I like to take, like I've been doing this for ages. I've only made a few of these, but when I first experimented, I just put a pencil mark there. I reached while it's still folded up, put a pencil mark there because it's going to be covered up, and put a pencil mark there. Now, we'll open up and look for our pencil marks, and we're going to reinforce the edge that that pencil mark is on. And because this is going to be inside and not getting a ton of external stress on it, I'm not going to worry about putting glue down. Let's see, here is a pencil mark. I have to go back and, yeah, there's a pencil mark. Oh, I missed where that one was because I didn't mark it. I was trying to mark lightly. There's a pencil mark. We have lots of choices on where our edges are when we unfold this, and so marking them just makes it easier. Where is our other pencil mark? It is, oh, it's right here. That's the one that I lost earlier. I might use a contrasting marker next time I do this. There we go. So those pencil marks are just little clues to us about how we can reinforce those edges if we wish to. There we go. Now, this edge is reinforced right there. This edge is reinforced and this edge is reinforced. I'm going to just glue this together. And we have another one that's ready to decorate a little bit, add a little bit of bling on the side if we wish to. There we go. Gonna let that dry, and that's going to be really nice to use in a journal as well. Let's look at our other idea, which is this heart. I think it is so cute. A magazine, you know, that was a camp, or it might have been a camping guide brochure or something. I mean, it had, you know, campsite information on it, but I think it is so cute. What should we make? And, you know, Valentine's Day, I guess, is coming up. But, you know, hearts are great all year long. I think I might want to maybe we'll use something that's a little bit bigger. I'm not really certain that let's try the music page. We'll try the music page first. This one, we're going to mostly see just one side, but it's not going to matter so much with this one because the music page obviously has two different, is marked on both sides. So with this one, you just go corner to corner with just kind of a light fold. I wouldn't burnish it at this point. particularly if you think your paper might be a little bit fragile. Open it up and go corner to corner the other way, so we have folds from corner to corner both ways. Now, let's see if I can remember. You have one fold where the point goes just up to that middle point. Fold that down, and you turn it around, and you have to undo this one. This one came up. Okay, fold it down. Yeah, leave this side folded down, and then turn your other, pull your other point up to be the top of this fold. There we go. Now let me see if I can remember. Yes. Now this side, your point that comes all the way up to the top of the fold is now, that's now the mountain that is facing you. And you draw this bottom edge up to the middle. And we do the same on the left side. So we have this music page. Here. And now we just sort of fold in our little edges to create the shape of the heart. Pull those little pointy edges in just a little bit. And actually, do I want, yeah, I think I'm going to snip these off. I can't remember exactly what Kathy at Raven Vintage, I'm going to say again, this is the Raven Vintage project. Kathy is really, really good on Instagram as well. So if you're an Instagram kind of person, check out Raven Vintage on Instagram, but she's also on YouTube. Here is our little heart. Isn't that cute? Let's ink it up. And only one side shows. We're going to do another one or two of these. There we go. And if we were gluing them down, why don't I pull that, here's a page I could put it on. This would be cute in a double spread, wouldn't it? Have a heart here and a heart there. In fact, maybe we'll do that. Should we just glue it down there? Now, you could leave it open and, you know, maybe have some writing space inside if you wished to. I'm going to choose just to glue those little pieces down. Actually, this could be a little pocket back here. I'm going to choose to keep it kind of simple because there's lots of different ways that you could put this down and enjoy its wonderful foldiness. But I'm going to do it this way. And it looks like there's one edge that I forgot to ink there. So quickly before my glue dries, I'm going to sneak in a little ink on that edge. There we go. And did I? There. That down using my art glitter glue. There we go. It looks super cute on a page, but I kind of was thinking it might be a nice way to have just like a little bit of a pocket there, you know, maybe a ticket. I've got a row of tickets, these faux tickets that I did months ago. I'm just going to cut this one off. There we go. And what a cute little piece this could be in a junk journal with just a tiny little little ticket or two just tucked in there. Let's use a different kind of page. Here's a blue, kind of a wintry heart, and this one is, I think this one is a little bit bigger than, yeah, this is about 6.5. This might be too big to put on here, but it could be just fine for Happy Mail. But let's look at how this might work. Okay, now this is one where we do fold corner to corner. And again, corner to corner. I was really tickled. I saw Kathy's piece on Instagram where she made this. I thought, oh gosh, I just have to try this. So Raven Vintage, do check out both Raven Vintage and Pink Monarch prints. I am indebted to them for these great ideas. All right, let's see if I can do this again. I'm going to bring, and this is the side that's not going to be showing at all. I'll bring this bottom point up to the midsection. Now I have that fold across the top, and I will bring this still at that midpoint, but I'm going to bring it all the way up to what is now the upper edge. Now this bottom edge is going to come up the middle, and you can see that where that little piece was nicked out of the of that calendar page. That's not really the best, but I bet, yeah, that's not part of, that's not the way Kathy would have designed it. But I wonder, I might just maybe do a little patch or something there, because I don't want to mess with the folding of the whole thing. Now I'm going to flip it over and turn those pointy edges to the middle. And I will cut the top off here and here. And this is where I think I can put a patch in. Yeah, that's going to work out okay. There's nothing a little glue and a little extra paper can't can't solve when it comes to imperfections in paper, is there? There we go. That little patch is going to be just fine. There we go. There's our blue heart. Now this was a 6.5 inch square, but it still is going to fit really nicely on a page. And when that's glued down, I'll have a little pocket here and a little pocket there that can hold something really nice. There we go. Let's see how we're doing time-wise. Oh, I really want to do one more. Let's do a red heart. Let's just be, let's just go all in with the hearts. So this is a piece of lightweight, very lightweight cardstock. I just kind of want to see what this gingham is going to look like. There's that one, and I haven't done this in a heavier paper, so we'll see. All right, we've got our 2 edge-to-edge folds done. We're going to come up with that point to the middle. We're going to turn it around. I love paper folding projects. This is one of the easier ones that I have done. There we go. And up, I can tell that this paper is thicker. This is something that might be really nice to put in a Happy Mail all by itself, because it might be a little bit thick on a page. We're getting several several thicknesses of this paper. Oh, look at that gingham. Oh, I love it. That is nice. And turn this in. And we might want to trim these little corners off just to avoid the thickness for when we glue it into our journal. But I'm going to see. Those really aren't too bad. They're really not too bad. I'm going to let my gingham be the guide here for trimming this off, and we'll just distress this a little bit. You know, this the little dangly thing that we put on our triple pocket. Now I can't find what I did with it, and it was right here. Anyway, the little dangly thing that we little label thing, you know, you could put one of those on here or on the top, and that actually would be really cute too. But I'm going to honor the original design of both of these cute little pockets, and let you decide if you want to decorate them in an additional way. You know, it'd be super cute with like another heart on a heart there. Lots of different ways that you could decorate this. But the thing that's really magical is this little open space here that you can put a very small, you know, you could put like a little ticket to a date night or something like that if you wanted to, you know, include that, leave that for somebody special. So anyway, here are these fun little things that we can do with our 6x6 or nearly 6x6 pieces of decorative paper. I have, you know, a piece, you know, the music paper that you saw. Here's a, you know, a gesso print maps, more maps, magazine pages. There's just so many different ways that you can have fun with these. So I hope you are going to get out your ruler and start measuring some 6-inch squares of fun papers and see what kind of fun you can get up to with these wonderful ideas from Pink Monarch Prints and Kathy at Raven Vintage. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.